All right, wonderful people. I greet all of you. Now, if not the first time we say the carry body put for this wonderful channel, go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, and share. And also remember to on your notification button. You dey see for your screen there, those men where they there, as I they do inquire, he come be saying that the gallant men of the indigenous people of Biafra. As you can see, you see that man, you see the ego, you see his back. You see what he's wearing. If you go front, you will see other people who have things like the Israeli flag, the Biafra flag, and you see the other flag there. Yes, see the flag. That's the flag of the Biafra Liberation Army. You will see. Let's go to the front. You see other things. You see them marching, doing march pass, moving up and down. If it were those days we were in school, you will be hearing something like, oh my home, when shall I see my home? When shall I see my native land? I will never forget my home. That's the Israeli flag that just passed by. That guy is with the Israeli flag. Of course, you know that Ndi Igbo believes that they came out of the Jews, and that's why you see them always flaunting the Israeli flag. Even them before Mazen and the Kano's incarceration, even before he came back and was arrested. After that, he was put on bail for 100 million, which then former deputy speaker, is it deputy speaker? Yes, stood for his bond before his home was invaded by the NIG military before he fled to Israel, and from there went to other places before some people, some saboteurs who invited him to Kenya for a suppository message. According to them, they wanted to hear more about the plight of Biafra, and that was where he was set up without knowing that that would be his, should I say, his end, or that was a trap that was set for him, and that was it. After that, Kano was still in incarceration. He was extraordinary rendition from Kenya to Nigeria, and since then there has not been any good news. Even though his lawyers, his legal counsel, has been making frantic efforts to make sure that he is out of the DSS custody, but of course you know how the Nigerian system works. It is a system whereby the rule of law is not obeyed, because the court was supposed to be the hope of the common man, but as it is in today's Nigeria, the court is not really the hope of the common man. Rather, the court is the hope of the rich. If you have money, you can buy the judge. If you have money, you can buy the registrar. If you have money, you can buy the judiciary. If you have money, you can buy anything in Nigeria. Even the judiciary is in the pocket of the executive, because you know that in Nigeria, the position of the head of the judiciary, which is the chief judge of the nation, is by appointment. And you could imagine when the chief judge is appointed by the president, I don't need to tell you what will become the order of the day, because imagine that someone appointed you. To be frank, you must do everything to make sure that you please that person, because that person is the one that is putting food on your table. So sometimes you will not blame the Nigerian judges on how they are managing their judgment, because as it is, they are in the pocket of the presidency, they are in the pocket of the executive, they are there to obey orders. They are more like soldiers. Of course, you know that soldiers, if soldier go, he will go, soldier come, he will come. That's why uh, Fela and Nicola Kuti, the king of Afrobeat, a renowned musician, a Yoruba musician. Even though he was Yoruban, but Fela was not a tribalistic type. He was out for everybody. He was out for every citizen of the then Nigeria. He was outspoken. Even people like Wole Soyinka was outspoken then, when he wrote a lot of books that he wrote about the things that were happening in Nigeria. There was a time also he was in prison because of Nigeria. I think that was during the time of Olusegun Obasanjo. That was the military era. Even he went to prison, and Fela also went to prison. But when Soyinka came out, I think he restrained himself from every political matter. But Fela continued in political matters. He sang it in his songs. If you are a fan of Fela's song, of course, every good day in Nigeria, even though it looks as if Fela's song, has waved out, but they are still alive because if you listen to some of his songs like Zombie no go go unless you tell him to go. Zombie no go move unless you tell him to move. Zombie, tell him to go front, ajo jarajo. Tell am to go back. Ajo jadaro, go and die. Go and quench. Put am for revise. That was the song of Fela Anikulapo Pokuti. And he was referring to that song was not actually about soldiers. It was about Nigerian politicians who are under the pocket of the executive arm of government because they obey what the executive is saying. You imagine the other day, in a state in this nation, a particular governor removed all the commissioners. He reshuffled the commissioners and in placed new ones. So now, in this particular situation or scenario, tell me who has the power, who is going to have the momentum, the morale, the effrontery, to talk to this governor about how bad his governance is, how bad he is governing the people. Nobody has that power. Even the position of the Senate these days can be bought. If you have observed the trend that goes on in Nigeria, you find out that what happens is that every governor that finishes from office goes up to the Senate. Once they finish as governor, they are going up there to become the Senate. And I'm wondering, does it mean that there are no other capable hands in this nation, that will be able to manage the affairs of the people, that will be able to manage the affairs of the Nigerians? And that is why the issue of marginalization, the issue of secession will not end because the people believe that they are being marginalized. The people believe that, they are being marginalized, especially the part of Biafra, Ndi Igbo, believe that they are marginalized. And it is true, it is real, without mincing words. If you look at the higher positions in this nation, positions that matters, NMPC, military, civil defense, police, etc., etc. All those offices that that matters in this nation are not being handled by Ndi Igbo. They are being handled by other tribe, and that is to show you that the nation is tribalistic in nature. And one significant thing that happens in this nation is that every president that comes into power brings his own people. When Muhammadu Buhari was in power, he made sure that the positions were reshuffled and he put most of his planet people in the higher position. And the same thing is happening now that what is his name? Bola Ahmed Tinubu is in power. You find out that starting from the central bank to the police, commissioners, ministers, all these things has been reshuffled, and the names you will be hearing there are Yoruba names. And this is very bad. A nation that wants to move forward does not move forward like this. And that is why America will continue to be the giant of the world. Because if you go to America, what they ask you first is what is not what America can do for you, but is what you can do for America. And they usually use the best brain. Americans are very wise. Whether you are black, whether you are white, whether you are red, whether you are Asian, whether you are Indian, Pakistan, wherever you are coming from, and you happen to find yourself in America, and if America finds out you have the best, you have what it takes to bring development in America, surely they will put you in that position. Because what they want is for their nation to be moving forward and not backward. But here in Nigeria, you find out that instead of a leading president to put those who he knows that are capable of managing that particular office, they will use tribalism to put anyhow people there because somehow this person is from my tribe, this person is my brother. And that is why you find that most of our youth, after graduating from the higher institution, they have no place to rest their head because the bourgeois have taken over the government. The elites, the uneducated elites, the unintelligent elites who are leading us, that are managing the affairs of the nation anyhow they want. And that is not how a nation is supposed to be managed. But our nation is not looking into some of those things. Today in Olo, in Imo State, a lot of things are taking place there because uh, families lost their loved ones in the hands of unknown gunmen, in the hands of soldiers, and we are asking, the question is still, ndị Igbo ogene na-emenụ maka na onye gburu nwanne ya bụ onye abụkwa n'odogwu maka na gbuo dike na ọgụ ụnọ gbuo dike na ọgụ ụnọ mgbọsị ọgụ ezi anyị emekwanụ gị na-achọbakwanụ dike anyị ka ndị be anyị si na be onye ụjọ ka a nọkwanụ wee na-alụtabe dike aka wee na-asị ndị Igbo ka anyị wereke n'obi nwayọọ wereke n'obi nwanne maka na nwanne enwe gịnị na nwanne enwe bụkwa na edi na agbata obi onye n'ọkwa na ya bụ nwanne na ebe onye bi ka ọ na-eme gịnị ka ọ na-awachi maka na onye si na ọ na-azọ freedom wee jilu maka ya wee mebisi obodo ya mgbe na-ajụ ọzọtakwanụ ya bụ freedom ọ ga na-ebizinu n'enu ndị Igbo anyị agabe na-ebizinu n'enu nwe na-asị ka ndị be anyị unu welekwana anya tinye n'ife na-emenụ maka na egbukwanụ m iwe elie m isi ka mmadụ ya lewe na ife nwa mezi wee mee nke ọzọ ngwanụ ka ndọbilie here. This is why I be winding down the curtain, and if this is your first time of joining us on this wonderful channel, please kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news is dropping, you will be the first. We will collect them. Thank you for listening. God bless you. Igbo mamano iya. Igbo mamano iya.